To Eleonora Duse by Sara Teasdale. Your beauty lives in mystic melodies, and all the light about you breathes a song. Your voice awakes the dreaming airs that throng within our music-haunted memories. The siren's strain that sang within the seas when man forgot to listen floats along your voice's undercurrent soft and strong. Still as shepherds pipe beneath the trees, along the purple hills of the rifted sand, a lone Egyptian plays an ancient flute. At dawn the Memnon gives his old salute beside the Nile by desert breezes fanned. The music faints about you as you stand, and with the Orphean lay it trembles mute. To Eleonora Duse by Sara Teasdale. Your beauty lives in mystic melodies, and all the light about you breathes a song. Your voice awakes the dreaming airs that throng within our music-haunted memories. The siren's strain that sang within the seas when man forgot to listen floats along your voice's undercurrent soft and strong. Still as shepherds pipe beneath the trees, along the purple hills of the rifted sand, a lone Egyptian plays an ancient flute. At dawn the Memnon gives his old salute beside the Nile by desert breezes fanned. The music faints about you as you stand, and with the Orphean lay it trembles mute. To Eleonora Duse in The Dead City by Sara Teasdale. Were you a Greek when all the world was young, before the very years that pass and pass had scattered all the temples on the grass before the moss to marble columns clung? I think your snowy tunic must have hung, as now your gown does, wave on wave a mass of woven water. As within a glass I see your face when Homer's tale was sung. Achilles kissed your mouth and found it sweet, and Sappho's hand has lingered in your hand. You half remember Lesbos as you stand, where all the times and countries mix and meet, and lay your weight of beauty at our feet, a garland gathered in a distant land. To a picture of Eleonora Duse in The Dead City by Sara Teasdale. Your face is set against a fervent sky, before the thirsty hills that sevenfold return the sun's hot glory gold on gold, where Agamemnon and Cassandra lie. Your eyes are blind whose light shall never die, and all the tears the closed eyelids hold, and all the longing that the eyes have told, is gathered in the lips that make no cry. Yea, like a flower within a desert place, whose petals fold and fade for lack of rain, are these your eyes, where joy of sight was slain, and in the silence of your lifted face the cloud is rent that hides a sleeping race, and vanished Grecian beauty lives again. To a picture of Eleonora Duse in The Dead City by Sara Teasdale. Your face is set against a fervent sky, before the thirsty hills that sevenfold return the sun's hot glory gold on gold, where Agamemnon and Cassandra lie. Your eyes are blind whose light shall never die, and all the tears the closed eyelids hold, and all the longing that the eyes have told, is gathered in the lips that make no cry. Yea, like a flower within a desert place, whose petals fold and fade for lack of rain, are these your eyes, where joy of sight was slain, and in the silence of your lifted face the cloud is rent that hides a sleeping race, and vanished Grecian beauty lives again. To a picture of Eleonora Duse as Francesca da Rimini by Sara Teasdale. O flower sweet face and bended flower-like head, O violet whose purple cannot pale, or forest fragrance ever faint or fail, O breath and beauty pass among the dead. Yea, very truly has the poet said, no mist of years or might of death avail to darken beauty. The writer through the veil, we see the glimmer of its wings outspread. Our face, embowered and shadowed by thy hair, some lotus blossom on a darkened stream. If ever I have pictured in a dream my guardian angel, she is like to this. Her eyes now joy, yet a sorrow lingers there, and on her lips the shadow of a kiss. Was ever any face like this before? So light and veiling for the sound of anyone, so pure and yet so pitiful for sin. They say the soul will pass the heavy door, and yearning upward learn creation's law. Only burdened but mine shall live forever. Love been so love so sure. Oh yes, let me see so far through misted tears. Our death behold, these eyes can never lie. Yet, oh your kiss should the loveliest lips of mine, their faint, sad smile and still lonely death. Behold the perfect flower with neck uprears, and o'er the head and pass upon the wall. To a picture of Eleonora Duse with the Greek fire in Francesca da Rimini by Sara Teasdale. Francesca's life that was a limpid flame, a gleam against the shimmer of a sword, which failing quenched the flame and blood outpoured to free the house of Rimini from shame. Francesca's death that blazed aloft her name, and guilty fadeless glory hurling toward the windy darkness where the tempest rolled. Her spirit burdened by the weight of blame. Francesca's life and death are mirrored here forever on the face of her who stands illumined and intent beside the blaze, crowned one with it, and reading without fear that they shall far upon the selfsame ways, plucked forth and cast away by bloody hands. A song to Eleonora Duse in Francesca da Rimini by Sara Teasdale. Oh, would I were the roses that lie against her hands, the heavy burning roses she touches as she stands. Dear hands that hold the roses where mine would love to be, oh leave the roses and hold the hands of me. She draws the heart from out of them, she draws away their breath. Oh, would that I might perish and find so sweet a death. To Japanese Incense by Sara Teasdale. The wind that rings the temple bell is far away, and for the brazen incense urns of ashes grey, and far the carven temple gates of red and gold, the dreamy temples where the gods have long been old. The dragonflies and irises beside the stream are far away in lands of dawn and lands of dream. And here beneath an alien sky your breath scans a column delicate and grey that waves and bends, and lifts a scant of sandalwood devoid of prayer to seek an ancient eastern god through western air. To Sappho by Sara Teasdale. Your lines that linger pour us down the years, like sparks that tell the glory of a flame, still keep alight the splendor of your name, and living still, they sting us into tears. So perfect singer that the world has heard, let fall from that far heaven of thine one golden word. Oh, tell us we shall find beside the Nile, held fast in some Egyptian dusty hand, deep covered by the centuries of sand, the songs long written that were lost to one. So perfect singer that the world has heard, let fall from that far heaven of thine this golden word. To Sappho by Sara Teasdale. Your lines that linger pour us down the years, like sparks that tell the glory of a flame, still keep alight the splendor of your name, and living still, they sting us into tears. So perfect singer that the world has heard, let fall from that far heaven of thine one golden word. Oh, tell us, we shall find beside the Nile, held fast in some Egyptian dusty hand, deep covered by the centuries of sand, the songs long written that were lost to us. So perfect singer that the world has heard, let fall from that far heaven of thine this golden word. To L.R.E. by Sara Teasdale. When first I saw you, felt you take my hand, I could not speak for happiness to find. How more when always said your heart was kind, how strong you were and quick to understand. I dared not say, I who am least of those who call you friend, I love you and I crave a little love that I may be more brave, because one watches me who cares and knows. So, silent, long ago I used to look high up along the shelves at one great book, and longed to see its contents, childish-wise. And now I know it for my poet's own. So sometime shall I know you and be known, and looking upward I shall find your eyes. The Meeting by Sara Teasdale. I'm happy, I saw my love today. He came along the crowded street by all the ladies gay, and oh, he smiled and spoke to me before he went his way. My throat was tight with happiness, I couldn't say a word. My heart was beating fast, so fast I'm sure he must have heard. And when he passed, I trembled like a little frightened bird. I wish I were the flower girl who waits beside the way. I'd give my flowers all to him and see him every day. I wish I were the flower girl who waits beside the way. The Gift by Sara Teasdale. What can I give you, my lord, my lover, you who have given the world to me? Showed me the light and the joy that cover the wide sweet earth and the restless sea. All that I have are gifts of your giving. If I gave them again, you would find them old, and your soul would weary of always living before the mirror my love would hold. What shall I give you, my lord, my lover? The gift that breaks the heart in me. I bid you awake at dawn and discover I have gone my way and left you free. Dead Love by Sara Teasdale. God, let me listen to your voice and look upon you for a space. And when he took your face away and dropped a veil before your face, God, let me look within your eyes and touch for once your cringing hand. And then he left me all alone and took you to the silent land. I cannot weep, I cannot pray, my heart has very silent grown. I only watch how God gives love and then leaves lovers all alone. The Love That Goes A-Begging by Sara Teasdale. Our loves there are that enter in, and loves there are that wait, and loves that sit a-weeping, whose joy will come too late. For some there be that ope their doors, and some there be that close, and love must go a-begging, but whither no one knows. His feet are on the thorny ways, and on the dew-cold grass. No ears have ever heard him sing, no eyes have seen him pass. And yet he wanders through the world and makes the meadows sweet, for all his tears and weariness have flowered beneath his feet. The little purple violet has marked his wanderings, and in the wind among the trees you hear the song he sings. The Rime Song by Sara Teasdale. I plucked a snowdrop in the spring, and in my hand too closely pressed. The warmth had hurt the tender thing, I grieved to see it withering. I gave my love a popeye red, and laid it on her snow-cold breast. Her popeyes need a warmer bed. We wept to find the flower was dead. Wishes by Sara Teasdale. I wish for such a lot of things that never will come true. And yet I want them all so much, I think they might, don't you? I want a little kitty cat, that's soft and tame and sweet, and every day I watch and hope I'll find one in the street. But Nursey says, come, walk along, don't stand and stare like that. I'm only looking hard and hard to try to find my cat. And when I want a blue balloon that tries to fly away, I thought if I wished hard enough that I would come someday. One time when I was in the park, I knew that it would be beside the big old clock at home, awaiting there for me. And soon as we got home again, I hurried through the hall and looked beside the big old clock. It wasn't there at all. I think I'll never wish again. But then, what shall I do? The wishes are a lot of fun, although they don't come true. Dusk in Autumn by Sara Teasdale. The moon is like a scimitar, a little silver scimitar, drifting down the sky. And near beside it is a star, a timid twinkling golden star that watches like an eye. And through the nursery window pane, the witches have a fire again, just like the ones we make. And now I know they're having tea. I wish they'd give a cup to me, with witches' currant cake. In David's Child's Garden of Verses by Sara Teasdale. The dearest child in all the world should have the dearest songs, and that is why this little book to David Boy belongs. Triolets by Sara Teasdale. Before a lonely shrine of thorn-born Aphrodite, ungarlanded of wine, undyed by dripping wine, I brought green bay to twine, and prayed to her Almighty, and lo, the prayer of mine was heard of Aphrodite. I sang of answered prayer, and now before the goddess the maids lay flowers rare, and she has ceased to care for bay that I might bear. To heal my heart's distress, my feet must wander where there waits some lonelier goddess. Sonnet by Sara Teasdale. I saw a ship sail forth at evening time. Her prow was gilded by the western fire, and all her rigging one vast golden lyre, for winds to play unto the ocean's rhyme, of wave on wave forever singing low. She floated on a web of burnished gold, and in such light as praying men behold, cling round a vision, were her sails aglow. I saw her come again when dawn was grey, her wonder faded and her splendor dead. She, whom I loved, once had upon her way a light most like the sunset, now 'tis sped. And this is saddest, what seemed wondrous fair are now but straight, pale lips and dull gold hair. The Rime Song by Sara Teasdale. I plucked a snowdrop in the spring, and in my hand too closely pressed. The warmth had hurt the tender thing, I grieved to see it withering. I gave my love a popeye red, and laid it on her snow-cold breast. Popeyes need a warmer bed. We wept to find the flower was dead. To Joy by Sara Teasdale. Lo, I am happy, for my eyes have seen joy glowing here before me face to face. His wings were arched above me for a space. I kissed his lips, now bitter came between. The air is vibrant where his feet have been, and full of song and color is his place. His wondrous presence sheds about a grace that lifts and hollows all that once was me. I may not sorrow, for I saw the light, though I shall walk in valley ways forlorn. I still shall hear the echo of the song. My life is measured by its one great height. Joy holds more grace than pain can ever give, and by my glimpse of joy my soul shall live. The Roses and Rue by Sara Teasdale. Bring me the roses white and red, and take the laurel leaves away. Yea, wreath the roses round my head, that varies 'neath the crown of bay. We searched the wintry forest through, and found no roses anywhere, but we have brought a little rue to twine a circlet for your hair. I would not pluck the rose in May, I wove a laurel crown instead, and when the crown is cast away, they bring me rue, the rose is dead. The Heart's House by Sara Teasdale. My heart is but a little house with room for only 3 or 4, and it was filled before you knocked upon the door. I longed to bid you come within. I knew that I should love you well, but if you came, to rest must go, elsewhere to dwell. For you would never be content with just a corner in my room. Yeah, if you came, the rest must go into the gloom. And so, farewell, oh friend, my friend. Nay, I could weep a little too, but I shall only smile and say farewell to you. The House of Dreams by Sara Teasdale. I built a little house of dreams and fenced it all about, but still I heard the wind of truth that roared without. I laid a fire of memories and sat before the glow, but through the chinks and round the door the wind would blow. I left the house for all the night. I heard the wind of truth. I followed where it seemed to lead through all my youth. But when I sought the house of dreams to creep within and die, the wind of truth had levelled it and passed it by. Falls by Sara Teasdale. They came to tell your faults to me. They named them over one by one. I laughed aloud when they were done. I knew them all so well before. Oh, they were blind, too blind to see your faults had made me love you more.